Welcome back to part 2 of Next on the Tee. We're not done yet. Coming up, more stories, more insight, and more reasons to love this game. Let's dive right back in. Part 2 starts now, right here on Next on the Tee, where golf legends live and your game gets better.
Hey, Next on the Tee Nation. Thank you so much for coming back for part 2 of this week's show, featuring my conversation with Marcy Kamoda. Marcy is the CEO of Proto Concept Golf, a luxury golf club manufacturer, and there is so much to learn from Marcy in this week's segment. They make outstanding golf clubs, coming out with a brand new set of wedges that I am very excited about. Very excited to share with you because of the manufacturing process and the quality checks that they go through. They don't go through and check 1 out of every 10 heads, 20 heads, 50 heads. They check each and every head that comes out and make sure that it meets their strict quality standards. You're going to learn about that from Marcy. Marcy is an outstanding individual, went to college at George Mason University, has a huge background in our game. Guy was the CEO of 14 Golf, spent a lot of time as the regional sales chief for Ping over in Western Japan. So this is a wonderful segment of the show that I think you're going to get a heck of a lot out of and learn how he incorporated a lot of things that he learned at Ping from the legacy of Karsten Solheim and brought that over to Proto Concept Golf. So thank you so much again for pressing play. Sit back, relax, let us take your mind off everything else going on in your life for the next half hour or so. Okay, but before we get into all of that, I want to start off by reminding you about our wonderful friends over at 2 Under. 2 Under men's performance briefs are the unofficial underwear of the PGA, Ryder Cup, and President's Cup teams, and are sold in over 3,000 golf pro shops and golf specialty retailers nationwide. Ricky Fowler is their global ambassador, and over 50 other PGA, Korn Ferry, and Champions Tour players wear them. Just to mention a few, they are David Toms, Jerry Kelly, Justin Thomas, William McGirt, Scott McCarron, and Chris DeMarco. The Joey Pouch technology provides the ultimate male asset management, delivering maximum comfort from the tee box to the boardroom to the bedroom. Go to 2under.com to check out the bundle specials that offer substantial discounts for being a Next on the Tee listener. That's the number 2, UNDR.com. 2 Under, performance in your pants. I also want to remind you about our wonderful friends over at Squares Golf. Before I bring them into the show, let's talk about our friends over at Squares Golf. And folks, do you sway and you're off balance in your golf swing? You know what? It could be your shoes. A golf shoe needs structure to provide stability and reduce sway. How can you tell if your shoes lack structure and are hurting your game? If you can hold your shoes by the toe and heel and twist it, toss it. Squares was designed for the perfect balance of structure and comfort. Isn't it time you tried Squares? Try the new Speedbolt at squares.com. That's SQAIRZ.com. And don't forget, my friends back in the Berg, if you're from Pittsburgh or just love that blue-collar grit, Steel City's got you covered, literally. From vintage sports tees to iconic Berg designs, their gear is bold, local, and built to last. Check out their stores around Pittsburgh or head to shopsteelcity.com to rep the city in style. Steel City brand, built with blood, sweat, and steel.
Sure, this is golf, but so is this. And this. And this is definitely golf. And so is this. Hey, that's not golf. Oh, wait, yeah, it is. And no matter what your golf is, you're gonna need a store. No, a superstore. A place to get fit for a new club and walk out with it the same day. A place to find the perfect fit. A place to do whatever this is. Because this is golf. And this is golf's superstore.
All right, now joining me and making his next On the Tee debut is Marcy Kamoda. Marcy is the CEO of Proto Concept Golf. Proto Concept is a luxury golf club manufacturer that makes highly specialized golf clubs or prototypes for amateurs like us and recreational players. Going back to his college days, he graduated from George Mason University. He's previously been the regional sales chief for Ping over in Western Japan. He worked as the client relations manager at the Albert Park Golf Club over in Australia as well. He then became the CEO of 14 Golf here in the U.S. Since taking over as CEO of Proto Concept, the company has developed professional golf programs. They've been Golf Digest hot list. They've been on there multiple times. And I'm very excited I get to have him with me this week here on Next on the Tee. Hi, Marcy. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me here. And I totally appreciate it. I was kind of surprised how much you deep research about me behind. So I almost forget about what I did before. So I was listening and I was almost said, wow. You know?
As you should say. I mean, you've had a remarkable career so far in our game.
Appreciate it. And then I totally forgot about it. I was in Australia and it was a long time ago. So that was remind me in a good way. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Marcy, when did the game of golf first become a passion for you?
So I started to golf when I was 10, 11 years old, really kid. And then back then, we had not much equipment choices. So that was personal wood and then like a blade and then just a couple the wedges, right? So I see I play golf long time enough, and then at the same time I see the product development, on side. And then so I was, like I was seeing it both sides, and I was kind of really into the golf equipment side.
So was Ping the first company, your first foray sort of in the golf manufacturing business?
No. Before Ping, I was Graphroy. Do you remember the Graphroys?
No.
Graphroy, they are the first graphite shaft in the industry. They
Okay.
made it. And then so back then, the graphite shaft was only offered 80 gram, 90 gram, 100 gram, even the like a driver favorite. And then Graphroy developed 50 gram, 60 gram, 70 gram lighter. Back then was lighter weight of the graphite shaft for the fairway wood and the driver. And it became popular, but they merged with two temper. So now Graphroy is under the two temper. So I started like golf industry like job from the golf shop.
So when you did catch on with Ping and the legacy of Karsten Solheim, and I got to imagine that was an amazing experience. Talk about what you learned about clubs and club design as a member of Ping.
So when I joined the Ping, that like a Ping Zing 2 just released on the market. But Pin Zing 2 was kind of weird look, and then people are not accept it because the shape of the club was too funky, But Pin was believed what they try to do, like they are pushing for the fitting, and then they are unique what they try to build. So that was a quite a good experience why I had from my background of equipment side, because the PIM believed what they try to do by themselves. Even if industry is going to be different direction, and then that's how they PIM success on the market.
So what made you decide to leave some of the things that you were doing internationally and come here to the U.S. and help establish 14 Golf?
So that was when I was at the PIM, and I was doing for the sales and then little bit marketing in the Asia, in Japan. Um, you know, early late 90 and early 2000, and then and I had a chance to come to visit PIM headquarters and I saw just a different view of the point. So I was I was I was living in Japan, but I decided to come over to United States for study at the university. So I was working at the ping, and then I went to George Mason after.
When 14 Golf made the decision to move their headquarters back over
Yeah.
to Japan, you were tapped on the shoulder, I read, to come lead Proto Concept Golf. Tell that story.
Oh, okay. So during the COVID, and 14 Golf decided to just shrink the business in the United States because of the COVID hit here, and then they want to withdraw from the market. And then at the same time, Proto Concept um, wants to come to United States, means like they want to see the opportunity in the U.S. market, and as well as they want to support for their tour. So I had some connection, like on the tour and also the market, and then I just decided to jump on um their journey, Proto Concept journey back then. Yeah. So
For those folks listening in that aren't aware of who Proto Concept Golf is, give them an overview of the clubs that you guys manufacture.
so they manufacture. We design in Japan, and then but we manufacture the endo forging, and then that's a combination is kind of important for us to do it because for no, not a 14, but proto concept is just a small batch to what we produce, and then only the endo can do the for us for what we want to do. So that's the reason why we decided to stick with endo forging company.
And you guys take immense pride in the quality of the golf clubs that you
Yes,
guys
sir.
have. Talk about how you go about crafting those clubs.
So so everyone can do to high quality of the golf club, but we do quality control 100%, one by one. We don't do to pick like 2 out of 200, 2 out of 400 heads to manufacture. So we do 100% to be goes through to each head, and then that would be the why our tolerance is so high, and then it keep it high quality to the market.
And you guys recently came out with a new line of wedges that look fantastic, by the
Oh,
way.
thank you.
And they're already helping players win out on tour. Talk about the
Yes, sir.
new RR wedges and the success that you're already seeing with them.
So, um, so my background from the 14 golf and also the ping, and then so I was kind of good. I was kind of a good view of the point for the all the wedges. Like all my carriers, all my I think so. I've been doing it, and so when I joined Proto Concept, and I felt we had a good iron, but we didn't have anything good wedges. So I just brought back to the headquarters of Proto Concept Japan, and then why don't we have the one of the best and the best wedges we can design? And then we started to design, and then we can make it to boom like the popular of the wedges we can make it. That I had confidence. So they followed what we tried to do, and then that's it came out for the wedges. Just released last month, but it's pretty good sales for now. So yeah.
They have soft forge construction as I was doing the research on them. Talk about what soft forged means.
So forge means so normal forge is like they are pounding so many times at it, but we had a heat treatment on the head, and then so the heat is making it softer, and then that's making it to be stay on the face when they had impact. So that is the softness is important for the wedges.
The faces of those wedges, they have two types of laser milling for
Yes,
optimal
sir.
spin performance. Talk about what laser milling is and the two types that are on the face of those wedges?
So, like between the group, there's a laser milling of the tiny laser milling. So that is creating a friction when the ball hit on the face. So that's a laser. Two type of laser milling is kind of important to create extra, give extra spin or extra friction is in the impact. Yeah.
And you guys use a 3D CAD technology. How
hmm
does that result in allowing those wedges to generate such great ball reactions?
So everyone does for the 3D CAD design, but what's different between usual or general 3D CAD design and the proto concept way to design is how the head came out that minimize of the tolerance. So we expect it to have the what kind of the tolerance is going to be happen in the end, but based on our experience, we can minimize of the 3D CAD to get rid of all the tolerance to make it to be where we design for the sweet spot, where we design for the CG on the face. So that's a computer, and the actual head is pretty much similar and pretty much the same.
You
It came
also
out with that.
have several varieties of iron sets, and as I was looking over them, they again look
Mhm.
spectacular. But talk
Thank you.
about those different designs and how we know which one is the right one for our game.
Okay, so the irons, we have a four different categories of the irons. One, the blade is for the players club, and then we have distance cavity, the club, which is players distance cavity back, and which called C03TC, and then also players cavity back, which is has a the plate on the face, and then they give you the extra ball speed, and then also the game improvement club for the C07 PC, which is pocket cavity, and then just give it forgiveness. So each category we have the tamer for that iron, but um, we can offer the mix and match, which is we can a player can do the branding set because people like to use longer iron, the weak of the longer iron, and then people can choose from C07, C05, whichever they want to do to mix it because we don't have anything like difference between too much loft difference between the model. So pretty much similar loft um, combination, coordination. So people can choose them from different category of our option.
For
Mhm.
for amateur players like me, weekend warriors that go out and we play on the weekends and that, we're not going to be out on the tour. It
Mhm.
seems like the
Who knows
C07
it? Mhm.
PC would
Mhm.
be the right iron set for the majority of us. Am I in the right track there?
Um. So C07 is more easier side. I probably recommend daily golfer who likes golf, who likes to challenge. And then I recommend to try C05 TP, which is like a little bit give the forgiveness, but little bit sharp on the face. Sharp on the face means it's not a huge, it's kind of it's not like a big and then so that's good to try.
I was taking a look at your driver as well, the C01D. It really
Yep.
piqued my interest. I love the color and the design
All
of
right.
that driver. It looks
Yes.
like it was made specifically for those
Mm-hmm.
of us who can, we can't swing it as fast as the guys out on tour, but still delivers good distance with a low spin rate. Talk about your driver.
So driver is we had a really deep heat treatment of face. So 100% titanium made, and then that is made by Endo. And then so we had a like a the unique face of the the driver. So um little bit looks classy. It's not like a big like what we see on the market now. So people like to have a little bit smaller, little bit controllable, but give the forgiveness, and then that would be the one to I recommend for the player.
Marcy, I know that you guys
Yes.
partner with lots of fitters and lots of stores around the country. I know True Spec Golf here around the city of Atlanta is a place to go check out your golf clubs there. Talk about how our folks can go get a Proto Concept golf club in their hands and try it out.
So we have a account of retailers, authorized retailers with True Spec and a Cool Club, and also we had some certified fitters, which is um, in one location, one in Orlando, and one in New York, and one in San Francisco. But we don't have, and then also in Texas. But we don't have anything like spread to all over the nationwide yet. But we try to make it to more access to our club this year. That's challenging now, you know. So
When
I
I
hope
took
this is help.
For sure.
Yep.
I'm curious to know, when I looked at
Mhm.
the driver, there's a weight in the bottom part of the driver, but on that
Yes.
weight it says "Go baby go."
Oh yeah.
Where did that come from?
Oh, that is a movie. Do you do you remember Eleanor? That the car name Eleanor Mustang.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that is the button of that stick shift.
Yeah.
It has a go baby go,
Yep, I remember that now. That
right?
that is very good.
So like that weight is like a button to be pushed, and then it's outside go baby go. So that is the modify of the stick shift for the car to apply for the driver back side of the weight.
That's awesome. I love that.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Marcy, how can our listeners, how can they follow you guys? Go check out your stuff on your website, but then also
Yes,
follow
sir.
you on social media as well.
Yes, sir. We have a Instagram and a Facebook for the Proto Concept Golf. So just follow with them, and then so we posted all the activity from the tour, PGA tour, LPGA tour, Confetti tour, Live tour. So we cover all kind of tours. So you can follow the what kind of activity we do, and what kind of like a new product that came out. Sometimes we have a something giving away. So just follow them, and then just share you guys comment. You know.
Well, Marcy, I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your busy schedule to come be a part of this week's show. I'm becoming a huge fan of what you
Oh,
guys
thank
are
you, sir.
doing, and like I said to you prior to the show, the wedges just
Mm-hmm.
look like something that's just spectacular. Like it's going to be something that's going to be a game changer for a lot of us. You talked about the
Yeah,
friction and all of that.
try.
I think it's going
Yeah.
to be great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for all the comment, and then all the research what you have you know did it before I jumping in here. I was kind of surprised, but I really enjoyed talking to you.
Same here. Thank you so much. All the best to you guys. I hope we get this opportunity to catch up with you as you have new things coming out on the market.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, and then anything I can help for all the golfers. That's I want to help. So thank you.
Absolutely. Take care, Marcy. All the best to you and your family. We'll catch up soon.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. All
You
right.
bet.
Bye bye.
That is, again, Marcy Kamoda. And I tell you, when I took a look at their products, and again, a lot of the stuff is new, like these are our wedges, brand new. And the quality that what really leaped out to me, and he touched on it, is the fact that when they quality test their products, it's not a random sample. They're quality testing all of them and making sure that they meet the specs that they want. So when you have that level of quality going into your club manufacturing process and the output of those things, you know that the balls are going to come off the face of whatever it is, whether it's their driver, their irons, or now these wedges. The ball's going to come off consistently. And what does that do for us? if you know consistently how the ball is going to react, it's going to make your game so much better. So I'm excited about what they're doing. I want to keep an eye on it, and hopefully we get the opportunity to catch up with Marcy and learn more about the new products that they continue to come out with over, like, whether it's later this year or next. But he's a really good guy, and what they're doing is really impressive. So I look forward to catching up with him again soon. All right, my friends, it is time for me to put a bow on this week's edition of Next on the Tee. I want to send out my sincere thanks again to Joe Bosco, Mark Calcavecchia, and Marcy Kamoda for joining me. Scheduled to join me next week are three wonderful friends that I know you're going to love hearing from, starting with 1991 Champion Golfer of the Year, Ian Baker Finch. So excited to catch up with Finchy. He's got a new book coming out soon titled To Hell and Back, which I cannot wait to read and hear all about it next week. I'll also be joined by a two-time winner out on the PGA Tour, another wonderful friend, Paul Stankowski, fresh off his top 10 finishes in the U.S. Open and in the Dick's Sporting Goods Classic. So back-to-back top 10 finishes for Paul. Looking forward to hearing the stories from that and catching up with him as always. He's just a wonderful human being. And we're going to make it a trio of wonderful human beings, because in part 2 of next week's show, I'm going to be joined by the guy who got the Golf Channel off the ground back in 1995, and a guy who's just been one of the top creative minds in all of sports broadcasting, and that is Mike Whalen. So, folks, next week's show is going to be off the chains great. I hope you'll come back and be a part of it with us. I want to thank our friends again over at the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review for hosting this show on their site. For coverage of everything going on in Western Pennsylvania, including your favorite sports, go to triblive.com. You can find this show by then clicking on the Sports section tab, and you're going to find the most recent episode right there front and center for you on the homepage of the Sports section. Or you can click on Sports and then Podcast Network, and then you'll see the Next on the Tee logo. If you click on that, many of the most recent episodes from this season are going to be right there for you as well. You can also find this show over on Good Pods, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and GolfNewsNet.com. Pretty much everywhere you get your podcast content, you're going to find this show on there for you as well. But I want to send out my sincere thanks to the great folks over at Good Pods for making this show one of their recommended podcasts. So please download their free app and stream your favorite podcast right there on your favorite device. But like I say each and every week, my sincerest thanks go out to each and every one of you for being the greatest supporters in the history of podcasts. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. Until next time, hit 'em straight, my friends.
Thanks for joining Chris again this week on Next on the Tee. We hope you enjoyed the conversations as much as we did. Please share the show with your golf buddies, and be sure to follow it on TribLive or your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode. Thanks for pressing play and being part of the journey. We'll see you next week, right here, where the best minds in golf share their stories.